Elaborate stunts in The Fate of the Furious upstaged by Theron's weave. Cyberterrorism. An electromagnetic pulse weapon. Nuclear launch codes. A Russian submarine. And one very orange Lamborghini skidding across a frozen Barents Sea. It is hard to believe all this started as a movie about street racers stealing DVD players. 7 movies later, The Fate of the Furious finds Dom, Vin Diesel, and Letty, Michelle Rodriguez, honeymooning in Havana, one of the innumerable cities across the globe where, whenever an illegal street race breaks out, there is always a young lady in a skirt the size of a headband, filmed from below, who is ready to wave the starting flag. Dom is enjoying the charms of Cuba, living la vida a quarter mile at a time, when he encounters Cipher, Charlize Theron, a legendary hacker who hands him a phone that instantly persuades him to turn on his family and become her puppet. Sure, the having to fight one of their own thing was just done 2 movies ago when Letty was working with the bad guys. But she had amnesia or something. I forget. Anyway, what is left of the team? Letty, Hobbs, Dwayne Johnson, Roman, Tyrese Gibson, Tej, Chris, Ludacris, Bridges, mysterious federal agent Mr. Nobody, Kurt Russell, and hacker Ramsey, Natalie Emanuel, who joined up in Furious 7 Nobody as new protege, Scott Eastwood, and, for some reason, the villainous Deckard Shaw, Jason Statham, come together to track Dom and Cipher to Manhattan and eventually rush him. Fate offers several shout-outs, big and small, to Brian O'Connor and, by extension, the late Paul Walker. Brian would know what to do, Roman declares when Dom goes rogue. We can't bring Brian and Mia into this, Letty reminds him. We agreed on that. In addition to the scenes that play out like car porn, and there are many, the action sequences feel bigger yet slightly less ridiculous than in Furious 7. A montage of Cipher and her crew hacking automobiles will make you want to rush out and downsize to the least technologically advanced car available. After this, there may even be a run on Yugos. The directors may change F. Gary Gray, straight outta Compton, steps behind the camera after Furious 7 director James Wan decided to make The Conjuring 2, and Justin Lin, who helmed movies 3 through 6, was busy filming Star Trek Beyond, but the movies maintain some semblance of continuity thanks to Chris Morgan, who has written every installment since 2006's Tokyo Drift. Family still comes first. Roman and Tej still Baker like children. And Hobbs still hurls grown men a good 30 feet during his fight scenes, although his dialogue is sounding more and more like Johnson's days in the WWE when he was cutting promos on his adversaries. Statham gets some fun new shades to play as Shaw. But, unsurprisingly, the biggest treat is Oscar winner Theron as Cipher. Yeah, she comes equipped with a flying supervillain lair that is part armory, part boutique. But you can't talk about Cipher without talking about her truly remarkable weave. The movie is full of elaborate stunts and even more elaborate CGI, yet it is all upstaged by some long blonde hair that falls somewhere between Bo Derek and 1-0 and the Predator. Seriously, it is nearly impossible to take your eyes off that thing. They're the sort of extensions you get during spring break in Panama City Beach, Florida, and immediately regret as soon as your blood alcohol level drops below 0. 2. Amazingly, the same number of people won are credited for being Johnson's barber and Theron's hairdresser. I assumed it would be taken at least a dozen or more highly trained professionals to wrangle that weave. I expected it to have its own entourage. At one point, I started thinking maybe Cipher was the result of some sort of symbiotic relationship, with the weave being the brains behind the operation, like the tiny master riding the hulking blaster in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. There has been talk over the years of Hobbs getting his own spin-off movie. I am okay with that, so long as that weave gets one first. The Fate of the Furious has plenty of callbacks to previous movies for die-hard fans to enjoy, and it's the franchise's most entertaining installment since at least Fast 5. Even if most of the physics-defined action continues to be unbelievable.